It's now 33 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this Monday morning. I'm Kimberly D'Souza. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Members of the Trinity College Alumni Association, in collaboration with Sophia Networking and My Gift to My Child, have developed a program to run for 6 weeks in the July-August break, the Vacation Academy for Applied Technologies, or VAT. Now, here to talk more about it is member of the Trinity College Alumni Association Executive, Mr. Wendell Chase, and member of the Interim Administration of Trinity Junior School, Mrs. Heather McIntosh Simon. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Now, Heather, I'm going to start with you first because I'm wondering, what is the link between the Trinity College and the Trinity Junior School?
Many persons don't know that Trinity College was incorporated by an Act of Parliament in 1963. And that Act of Parliament means that there were two schools that were established. There was the Trinity Junior School, which is on Melbourne Street, and the Trinity College, which is now at Mocha. So both schools are official in the parliamentary books. I think that makes us different from any other schools that exist. So being part of the board of the Board of Governors for Trinity College, I am also acting as the interim administrator for the junior school, but here supporting my brethren up at Mocha.
Of course. So I'm going to move across to Wendell now, of course, because we have this VAT that we're talking about. I mean, what are the expected outcomes? Who is it for? And I know that you wanted to focus on those soft skills that will be taught in the program as well.
Well, because of the pandemic, we have come forward with having this program. And the soft skills are basically team building, performance appraisals. We are getting to the fact that people need to have new skills for the new dispensation. And it's part of team building also. So these kinds of skills are going to be in demand. And earlier this morning, we had a conversation with the minister that what are we doing? So that this is part of the way of changing the narrative of how we go about it.
Now, what exactly is the program and who is the target audience?
Well, the target audience are children attending school between the ages of 11 and 17. There are 5 dispensations over the 6 weeks. It's going to be computing and robotics, computing and animation, art 3D, art 2D, and music.
Nice.
So we are incorporating what we are good at.
Good. Now, was it the 3D art? It has some elements of like the wire bending and that kind of thing that we know locally.
That is correct. That is correct. Because most people don't understand when you say 3D, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
So.
Right. Now, where is it being held? And I'm going to come back to you, Heather. Where is it being held? I know it's being held between July and August. When is the start date?
So we start on the 11th of July. That's going to be the first cycle. So we have 3 cycles of 2 weeks each. So the first cycle will be beginning on the 11th of July. The second cycle begins on the 25th of July, and the third cycle on the 8th of August. And it's all taking place up at Mocha. Wendell was speaking about the kinds of things that we're going to be teaching, experimenting with while we are at the camp. I think it's interesting to note that our camp is going to be divided into 2 main sections. So there's the industry type section, where we are going to be looking at robotics and the coding for robots. So the children are actually going to be building robots and doing robotics. There's also going to be the 3D printing and manufacturing. And I need to put in a plug for Trinity College in the sense that even in a pre-COVID existence, Trinity College is the only school, as far as I know, that has 2 3D printers, right? So we have the students now being able to actually have access to this. This is now wider than just the students at Mocha. This is actually going to be allowed for everybody in Trinidad and Tobago will have the opportunity to experiment with the 3D printers that we have and manufacturing things. So that's the industry side. And then on the side of advertising and entertainment, we have 2D art and design, and we also have music. And again, a plug for Trinity College. Last year in the CAPE exams, our students scored the top 5 out of the top 10 places at CAPE throughout the Caribbean for visual and performing arts. So they already have the practical side of the visual and performing arts, and now we're going to be adding the technological side, where they are able to produce music and know the background of what music incorporates and take over my friend Rocus's job at some point.
But I'm wondering, Heather, who's going to take over your job as a calypsonian? Because is it going to be, are you going to be one of the lecturers, you know, teaching that music element? And of course, who else will be involved in the program?
No, we have a lot of mentors that we have reached out to in society. We are trying to establish a makerspace model. So our philosophy of education at the Board of Governors of the Trinity College is not the kind of society where the teachers have all of the information and we are imposing this information on the students. We believe that the students should have an opportunity to experience the knowledge and to experience the things that are a part of their society. So what we are doing is that we've brought mentors in and we have established a makerspace. If you know what makerspaces are, it is a type of environment where the tools and the equipment is available and mentors are there. And the students come in and they're taught the basics, they're given the basics, but then they are allowed to experiment and make things for themselves.
So it's very hands-on.
So very much hands-on. And at the end of it, we are hoping to build entrepreneurs, because you would have built things at the makerspace that we are trying to establish. So even after the camp is over, Trinity College is going to be a makerspace where students from all over would be invited to come in and experiment with all of the things, all of the technology that we're providing.
Nice. Now, Wendell, I know off air we were talking about that turning from employee to employer. Can you speak some more about that?
Sure, because most people look at yourself as a job, as a salaried employee. You're getting paid. While in makerspace, you become the creator. You become the employer. Learning to solve problems, learning to be part of a team, your time management. So all of these things are going to be taught. And we have a number of leading professionals doing the mentoring and the teaching. For example, James Hackett. He is the fashion designer coordinator at UTT. And then you have some other guys who do animation. They're coming on board.
Now, while we are turning these students from employee to employer, I'm wondering what's next? After this 2-week period is over, where do you expect these students to go?
Well, they have the opportunity because of the tools that they are provided with. They are going to have that continuance. And hopefully, when we get it all together, there will be there's a continuance, and they could probably meet once a month and hone their skills.
Yeah. And most definitely in the case of the junior school, we have the college students are going to be mentoring the junior school students. So one of the things that we're looking forward to having is that during the camp that we will send some of the junior school students up to the college so that they have that experience of, there are my big brothers up at the college, you know, persons who I can follow behind. Yeah, and we're trying to continue to make this synergy between the junior school and the college.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, is this program only offered to Trinity College students, or anybody, once they have the interest, they can apply?
Once they have the interest. Anyone from Form 1 to Form 5 is able to attend the camp and, you know, have the opportunity, and who knows, maybe transfer into Trinity College afterwards.
You are plugging so many things this morning, Heather. I don't get you wrong at all. Now, if anybody who's looking and they want to get information, is there a website or email address?
Of course. Makers@moka.org. MAKERSATMOKA. Makers@moka.org for more information, or you can call Wendell.
Wendell, phone number.
274-9306.
Nice. Now, Wendell, as I have you here, I know that you were listening in on the conversation with the SEA consultations that were happening earlier. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Well, that was an excellent discussion. And this, if they're looking for a solution,
This is the
solution.
The solution is at hand.
Yeah.
So therefore, off air, I spoke with the minister, and he said he would take a look at it.
Right.
Because this is something that we can do for kids coming through, so they are not left behind. And left behind is not, it's a term, but if you give me something to do, I will do it. And this is where you have all the people who presume that they want to give back,
This is the
This is the way to do it.
And
This
it's
is the
not only
moment.
money, it's
Yeah.
your time
Right.
And your talent.
and your talent.
Nice. And which minister you spoke to?
Mr. Gonzalez.
We only have a few seconds left for the interview, but of course, Wendell, Heather, any closing thoughts for us?
No, well, this is just an open opportunity to all of Trinidad and Tobago, the opportunity of a lifetime to have your children involved in technology. We have spent 2 years in pandemic mode, and we cannot go back to education as it was in a pre-pandemic existence. I think the 2 years that have passed have shown us the importance of technology in our lives, and this is the opportunity for us to try to move our children forward.
Of course. Wendell?
I think it's important that the opportunity is given and you take advantage of it.
Of course.
If you don't, you're going to be left behind. But there's also going to be an opportunity, hopefully, that the wider Trinidad and Tobago sees what we're doing and encourages other alumni associations to jump on board
Of course.
and create that space.
And Heather, one more time for more information, where can they go to?
Makers@moka.org, MAKERS@MOKA, makers@moka.org.
Nice. Heather, Wendell, thank you so much for joining us on the Now
Thank
Morning
you.
Show. I anticipate some applications as the weeks go by, so we'll see how that
We do
goes.
look
Thank you so much for
forward.
joining
Thank you
us.
for the opportunity.
And you're on the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break, but stay with us because when we come back, we have a weather update. Of course, you know, we are under a yellow adverse alert, and we have more with Minister Gonzalez, so stay with us.